we've got another Week 7 match of the Super Metroid Randomizer multi-category tournament with Sapphron versus Diddy. This is a 5-1 match, so should be some good action here. I'm Astor, joined by Aussie. How are you doing?
Hey Astor, teaming up again to cover this match. Week 7, which does mean that every matchup this week is going to be a good one.
And we've got pretty much all the settings that we have in the tourney turn on this week. The first of which we'll see is random spawn location. So we'll see where that is.
This looks like Edicombs.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's a 4-2 match. My bad.
Yeah, this is a 4-2 match, so their tournament lives on the line. They're going to be playing their hearts out to stay in this. Going to need at most 2 losses to get to the play-in race, and then still need to place decently well in that to move on to top 16.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one who got it wrong. It just kind of shows you how good these players are. I mistaken for 5-1. So I've got full area shuffle and boss shuffle and full countdown. So in the top right, in the top left corner, we've got the area name and a counter of how many major items, how many unique upgrades are still left in the area. So that will inform some of their routing decisions.
Yeah, having the areas up top is also going to help the viewers and people learning about where the area lines are drawn. So we're in Green Brinstar right now, which is usually where you want to move to after the random start. You can't always do a whole lot from your start position, but Green Brinstar has a lot to do. And then we also already have a missile pack and power bombs pack, so we can get underway with playing the seed.
Yeah, Green Brinstar is a really good item to, a really good area to go through first for comfort. Get a lot of minor items. Oh, Diddy is at really low health. One hit away from that side upper killing him.
Not a huge setback to take a death here, but it'd still be the 2 minutes, and you never want to lose that much time.
Yeah, and you don't want to have the minor deficit this early game. Like, if you're thinking of skipping some of those missiles or power bombs you got early game, you're going to be a lot worse off without them to start.
Yep. Big reason why Green Brinstar is a good place is all these miners. They've already got one of each type of ammo, plus this nice healthy empty reserve tank. But from here, there's 2 majors in Green Brinstar, and they're going to be in the pink side, but they're also incentivized to go up the elevator because we're playing area randomizer, and we want to know where this goes. This door is going to be randomized.
Yeah, we might not want to actually go through here right away, but the knowledge should be good. Looks like it's Red Brinstar, the bottom green gate. 3 majors in Red Brinstar. That's actually huge, because I believe there's only 6 items total here, or maybe 5.
I think it's 5, yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Oh, and the other entrance there just spits out at Green Hills, so that's a much faster way to the other end of Green Brin.
Yep, and makes it easy to clean up the pink Brinstar checks. You're gonna want these 2 items here, even though making all the checks is a little slow and can't do waterway yet.
Yeah, Diddy just gonna turn back around and not check the other entrance. I feel like the 3 majors in Red Red Star are really tempting, but that means there's really likely to be one at X-Ray, and maybe you don't want to isolate that just yet.
I can understand wanting to clear out Green Bryn Star first.
Oh, did anyone catch where the new bridge transition went? I missed it.
No, I wasn't watching. West Meridia?
West Meridia. That only narrows it down a little bit. Diddy having another scare with the side hoppers here. Yeah, could like maybe take a death if he goes into Mission Impossible here. He's going to be careful.
Small enemies are still doing 20 damage per hit, and that's still relatively a lot. But then Mission Impossible is where you find the 80 damage hoppers, as well as the wave gate area. So gotta be extra careful in there. Getting a little bit of energy in that reserve would give you a full extra hit, even if it's just a little in there.
Yeah.
That's both majors found. The easy to check spots. So we have Ice Beam and Space Jump. And then they're both going to find Red Bryn Star right after this. You can see there's 3 majors there. X-Ray is now a lot easier to check, so they can get all 3 of those pretty easily.
Yeah, Diddy's gonna find that other transition here pretty quickly. Probably will be a relief to be closer to Red Bryn Star with those 3 majors rather than further away from it. That's like kind of a thing that you potentially pass up if you're leaving a node Red Bryn transition with that many majors on the other end of Green Bryn.
So I think we're seeing that as a result of Sapphron following the elevator transition, is ahead in the information of a new bridge. And they're otherwise in pretty much the same place.
Yeah, it might have ended up being more efficient to get that information as part of the process of getting from one end to the other of Green Bryn, the way Sapphron did. Might come out... Yeah, I think he might actually get to the Red Bryn transition first here.
Yep, sure.
I'm curious if he checks the tube right away, because yeah, this is not in logic with this gravity jump without high jump, and your first time, it's kind of a one-time only trip until you get spring ball or high jump gravity, or I guess you could gravity jump up to it from jumping to the door, but that's tough.
Yeah, I've seen some people go for that gravity jump. You do want to practice that before taking the time to do it. Gotta reset the room every attempt.
So that was back of wreck ship, which is not super pleasant to traverse right now. Space jump, ice beam, it's doable. It's oh, we've got high jump to put that in logic now.
There's our high jump. It's not somewhere you would want to go without it being in logic with that high jump. So good that they found it now, if they want to continue with that check. But going through Red Tower seems like a better choice right now.
Yeah, some pretty easy majors here, and you don't want to commit to bosses too early in a boss shuffle. You don't know what they are. Want to stall a little bit to try and get some suits or some alternative ways of dealing with Dragon and Ridley.
Right now the seeds opened up a little bit in where they can go. Got a couple of movement items now, and we're starting to find the big transition areas. So kind of move towards thinking about how you're going to kill your bosses once you find those boss areas.
We've got gravity at X-ray, so that's a good thing not to have missed. Diddy is a little precarious falling down the spikes, but space jump makes it pretty easy to recover.
Only thing is, if you accidentally fall once, you can do it again, and gravity is not going to save you from spike damage.
Yeah, it spikes at fewer iframes too. I believe it's 60 instead of 90 from normal enemy hits. So it's pretty easy to get double hit. I've actually seen a lot of pretty... Oh my goodness, he just clipped the very edge of that spike. The reserve saved him just barely. Diddy's got to be really careful to not land on the spikes again. Not in health bomb anymore, above 50 energy, so not gonna get health drops from the fireflies until power bombs are full.
It does make it through. A little bit scarier than they would have liked. It makes it out, keeps that gravity suit, and we still have a close race.
Oh, we got single chamber. I didn't notice it on Saffron's end, but Saffron found it first. But that's scary for Diddy at low health. He was at really low health. Could have actually died from heat damage in the transition.
Yeah, like did go down to 13, but then farmed up a little bit off the fireplace. And even now it's taking a little bit of damage to the Samus Eaters, and that actually can add up when you're really, really low. Enough to finish you off.
So our
It's doing it for fun now.
The 3 red Bryn majors, high jump, speed, and gravity, that is pretty stacked, and all in red Bryn, which is a pretty small area. Pretty easy to get all the items, assuming you've got something decent for X-ray.
Yep, and it did start them in Green Bryn, which had the space jump. So easy X-ray access there. East Meridia has 0 though. So you might think that gravity speed ice would make you want to do East Meridia, but there's nothing there. Other than the boss, it's a shuffled boss, and the item for that boss counts as whichever region the boss is from.
Yeah, the first week that we had was the combination of full countdown and boss shuffle was week 4, and one feature that we had to get used to in that week was that you can actually find out how many items are in a region by finding the boss, as well as finding the actual area.
Yeah, so many times you go into a boss room and reset before getting the count. We've learned.
Yeah, Croc has 1 major here. We have good items to get all the checks in this area.
Yeah, so they already have good items, so decent chance that this is something they don't need. It's X-ray, but it's at the good spot where you don't have to wait out the full Croc death animation. The exit is going to be a gray door in this. Just shoot right through that.
So I never caught how many majors were in West Meridia when they briefly checked that entrance at the bottom of Grey Bryn. Oh, it's 2. Okay, thanks, Jestra. Jestra doing the tracking for us, and doing a good job catching the little incidental information that we're missing as well.
Kinda missing it, then asking what was said. but West Meridia for 2 items seems pretty good. Upper Norfair for the 1. Mostly just the high jump 3 items. I think he could pass on this. More miners are good though.
Yeah.
They do have speed. Okay.
Oh, that's a good place for that.
I guess I missed the area.
That's also a probably the best specific major that it could have been too. So now we don't have to search any of the rest of Upper Norfair if we don't want to. Just the transitions. We know single chamber is connected to the left side of Red Tower. With this equipment, it's easy to get all the remaining entrances.
Sapphron making the play I would. Gonna miss out on Varia, which is pretty bad. Probably more likely to come in from the Bubble Mountainside when they do get enough energy. That seems like something you'd want to do. So, high jump would be a bad location for that. But that's pretty far down the line.
Yeah, I think I do agree with Saffron's play more as well. 1 item in all of Upper Norfair. Like, Diddy got super lucky, I think, to find that right way and have it be something that was that useful. It's not necessarily bad to do it. Like, you could dip it and get lucky too. That's sometimes what you want to play around. But I feel like for Sapphron, those 2 majors in West Meridia are looking a lot more attractive right now. Or he's gonna go to Rex Ship, which 1 item, but now we've got 3 out of 4 killable bosses. Diddy has Varia, but still doesn't have anywhere near enough ammo for Ridley. So that's still a concern.
Screw attack here at Main Street. Another really nice item to see early. Like, they only have Ice Beam as a way to kill enemies. And there's bombs, the other major here. So finding those right away. But Screw Attack, gonna clear enemies out of your path a lot easier. And, of course, makes Lower Norfair an easier time as well.
Yeah, Saffron checking the Rex Ship E-Tank, which is normally empty with the ship off, but we have Varia tweaks forced on for random start location, and that is one of the tweaks, so that can be an option for Morph Ball in the Rex Ship starts.
Yeah, so there's 3 checks you can make here with Fantoon not dead. We got Spooky Missiles, and then outside of the Rex Ship is the Ocean item. Plasma and Spooky. Another good find. Getting the major right away once again.
Yeah, getting all the majors with the ship off. That was possible in a race the other day, surprisingly enough as well. Normally don't expect that. This was a West Meridian entrance that spit out into moat, right?
East Meridian is found, and also a Dragon found just at the same time.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't see if Saffron took a save. In case this was Ridley.
Surely you would.
I was expecting him to, and then I didn't see it happen, so maybe I missed it, but I was kind of
gonna save before making this trip.
Oh yeah, that's also a decent play, is just, you know, not wanting to be here at all. If the boss isn't killable, just decide to go back to where you were before.
And gonna use combination of speed and ammo to kill Dragon.
So
The
for
efficient
Diddy,
way to do it.
the rest of this is going to be a big old ammo hunt for Diddy, or lucking into a charge somewhere. Gonna have to balance what you want to do here.
From what we're seeing, lucking into the majors could be the way you're supposed to play the seed.
Yeah, I guess so.
Happy to see a super pack either way. But yeah, in full countdown, like it's only the major items that are going to be shown as a countdown number. So you could just clear out all the major locations. Uncharge that way. But
Yeah. With their item set, full clearing criteria actually isn't nearly as bad as it normally would be.
Finding power bombs is not what they want to see when you're thinking about an ammo finish as an option. That's a big 4 in Modern Warfare.
Wow.
So, do you go to screw attack first, looking for charge?
That's a tough call. This is not... I mean, 20 supers isn't too bad for GT, but then the issue is if you've got Ridley here as well, you have to farm all those supers back up just in case.
Right, if you're checking screw, you'd want to commit to the GT fight. So could have gone down the intended way, with the space jump statue.
Yeah, this isn't going to work out very well if there's a major at the GT missile and he wants it. Now, going this way, he has the option to not do the GT fight, but then he's only able to get the screw attack check, the one check. So I don't think that's a good yield either.
Yeah, I think the front of wrecked ship is what got Sapphron to Kraid's lair. And that's a big find.
Oh, yeah. That's a funnel into a dead end. Oh my goodness,
There
it's
it
charged
is.
for Diddy.
Let's go straight to where the majors are.
Okay, that is a 22-minute go mode. That's just, well, I am go mode. I suppose they still need to find out where entrances are. Diddy's gonna have to find Kraid and Turian, as only those are the dead ends that you have to find. But he's able to search and go just about anywhere that he wants to.
Then with charge, you can kill any boss. Charge ice, not the best beam, so it's going to want to look for more weapon damage, like over time. It has the whole rest of the seed to do that. Sapphron is in a predicament.
Yeah, this
Down
was a
Ridley
Ridley
here.
fight over here, and this is... A dead end after a funnel is just really scary. Like, it's either really good if it's the place that you need to go, or it's really bad if you have to backtrack out and...
Like, can he save this Ridley fight?
40, 15, 15. I want to say no. You need, like, equivalent 90 missiles to make up for 15 supers. 50 missiles. Actually, maybe? Can you do that in... Yeah, you can, actually. Oh, he doesn't have Varia. That's right. I forgot.
Oh, right, no barrier. Yeah, no.
That's, yeah.
So, really bad time-wise for Sapphron, but running into two boss areas over here, not unexpected to see Ridley as one of them. But it just seems like Diddy getting all the luck with this seed.
Yeah, this really wasn't by any means over until that charge showed up, and even then, still could have been some routing issues, but the big routing issues are happening to Sapphron right now. So, kind of interesting players. I mean, I'd have, like, if you asked me to vacuum, I'd have put Sapphron as the favorite. They're both pretty good executors. Saffron's a pretty esteemed ROM hack runner. Probably not as familiar with the randomizer, I think, that as Diddy is, but has the adaptability that comes with running ROM hacks, and I think that's a big skill to have in these races. Just the luck, I think, really not working out for him this time.
Pretty much. So we had the Varia high jump. It was one item upper north fair, big region, and relatively a few checks. So just decided to skip that, but it was Varia. And then made a plane direct ship and hit a dead end that it's gonna have to go back to later to get that Varia suit. And also a bit more damage. So there's costly time losses. And this might be the upper north fair clear. And it is from the Bubble Mountain side. So I expect to do all these checks first, and then make it to high jump afterwards.
That's just absurdly unfortunate, honestly. I don't know if I've seen a race with, like, fairly equal skill parity just decided by, like, instantly decided by this much divergence.
Certainly not this early on. The size of these time differences that they're running into. Diddy finding the wave beam, like ice and wave, is a strong enough beam to just go mode off of. And is free to skip as much as he wants from here. But Plasma is in a pretty good position to pick up on the way if he's still looking by the time he gets to wreck ship.
Which spot was it in again? E-Tank?
Is that Spooky?
Spooky. I feel like that is a less appealing quick check in go mode once you've got the ship on, and I have a feeling that Fantina's gonna be dead by the time he gets there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna run into Fantina. Either right now or be in East Korea. And he already knows where that is.
So he might actually just miss it. I don't think that's gonna be a very big deal for him. His ammo's not super high, but yeah, Ice and Wave isn't too bad. I mean, I've also seen runners, like, there's one major left direct ship, and it's probably a pretty favorable assumption that that one item is kind of buried, and so there's probably not much value in checking Spooky. It's actually the exact situation that was in an earlier race where a runner missed Plasma there, because they were basically go-moding. Same spot, same actual condition, but they're able to get all the majors without turning on the ship.
New transition. At least I think it is. To the crack hole.
Where did this one come from?
So is the Chronic Boost Store. So dipping out of Upper North here, at least for now. Gonna run straight into Screw Attack.
Oh yeah, this is the 2 major West Meridia. Seeing this, yeah. I was saying earlier that these 2 majors were more attractive to begin with. Now that he's found an alternate way here. I think it's gonna lead him further away from the area.
You would expect these two, or you don't know how many checks you're doing here, but while looking for these two items, it would speed up your upper Norfair when you do get back to it.
So Sapphron making the beach check for ammo, I guess, or E-tanks maybe. Yeah, probably E-tanks. Still does not have area.
Did gain the information on the Ridley location, so Lower Norfair does not have Ridley. He knows. And that makes it possible to think about various skip.
Yeah, still 15 power bombs. Still a pretty low amount of E-tanks.
It's also pretty important where this back of Lower Norfair transition goes.
Yeah, I guess we don't know that. It could be Turian. That could be...
Yeah, so we've seen Croc already, and we've seen Creed's Lair, so there's just one more dead end. So we're gonna keep our eyes out for that, and all the area transitions are gonna link together a little more cleanly.
It might have had to be here. I think we might have accounted for everything else.
So, funnily enough, this is gonna be Diddy having to do a long backtrack after finding a dead end, and he's gonna have to come back here later too. So they both got hit by it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if Saffron's was actually worse or not. Because they both got the boss down in the area that they were funneled through. Oh, no, Sapphron has the worst end of the deal because he has to... Saffron's funnel, he has to do, again, to get Ridley, and then come back out again. Whereas when Diddy goes back to this funnel, he's going to Turian. It doesn't have to come out of it again.
And then playing random start, so criteria can have suits. That's why you're going to see runners want to clear out these criteria majors a little more often than in ship start. And the settings again are random start location, full countdown, and that is full item randomization. We have full area randomizer, and we have boss shuffle. Just all the settings. Then secretly we also have area tweaks. So picking up this super pack is going to start the bomb chorizo fight.
Yeah, it was probably worth it anyways, for looking for charge and looking at a potential area skip. I've seen some runners this week not be aware of that and run into it without wanting to do the fight.
Yeah, it's certainly hard to keep track of the setting changes from week to week. It's only with random start where that comes into play.
Yeah, so this is, again, a 4-2 match, and the winner of this is going to be at 5-2 and have a chance to play in the play-in race for a spot in the top 16. And the loser is going to be out, and after I played a couple week 7 seeds, I started to really feel like it's going to be a rough mode to go out on, to have decide your tournament life. There's so much that can happen in these seeds. We solved this seed pretty quickly with the route that Diddy took. but there have been some really roller coaster long ones.
What's Diddy looking for right now? Is that just some useful items since these 2 checks are pretty fast?
Yeah, I'm not sure. As far as majors on the table left, he's got Spring Ball, Spacer, Plasma, Grapple.
Yeah, he's seen a Spring Ball. Maybe wants more E-tanks.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd go this far out of the way for an E-tank. Could be a chance for Plasma, but with 4 of the majors left on the table, that's not great odds for that either. Grapple would make Dragon easy to deal with their Spacer and Criteria. I have to assume we haven't seen that before.
Yeah, Sapphron was the first one to find Spacer.
So that is the last one. It will upgrade Diddy's beam damage if he decides to go there.
So it was Spring Ball at PB's in Jail, Grapple at GT Missiles. Yeah. I think we found all of our majors now.
Oh, you're right. We did see those. Okay, so this is just like a Spacer Plasma play. The major he finds is gonna have to go one of those. Play makes a little more sense with that. Really, just
yeah, that's true. Like, no,
kind of depends. It depends how comfortable you are with final boss on a worse beam like this. This isn't a terrible amount of supers either.
If you're measuring the time, this beam is pretty good compared against all the fanfares of picking up more ammo, or all the door transitions of looking for another beam. But it does have the comfort factor, where missed shots and hits taken from other beam while doing the fight come into play.
Yeah, there's the amount of time you're gonna spend in the fight, and there's chance of you having to repeat the fight. Plasma was at Spooky Missile. So able to get that with the ship off. Actually able to full clear a ship of majors with the ship off. I think there was just the one item in there.
Pretty unlikely for Sapphron to get Charge Beam now, however. Charge is at Gold Chorizo. I'm not going to get that beam damage increase from Plasma.
That's also a corner, like, even with 4 majors in Modern Warfare, I think that's a corner I'd want to cut. If I had a reason to feel behind like this.
Yeah, for sure. It just feels slow now the way. But then I feel like this tournament, we've seen a lot of charge beams there. And if that's something you want, then it's a good place to check for it. But it looks like he's kind of decided on skipping charge.
Yeah, we'll have the ammo for it probably at this rate. $65.40. I like to multiply the super count by 3 to get an effective missile count, so that's 185. I aim for around 230. bare minimum is 210 with like every single refill, breaking the tank and all that, and you don't want to go that low, but a bit more than that is fairly comfortable. So 120, 190. So he needs like 3 more super picks would be fine.
70-55. So this is going to be wreck ship for Diddy. And see if he continues on. It looks like it is. I don't know if they've seen all the transitions or not, but there comes a point where you can deduce that Kraid's lair is going to be on the other end of wreck ship. This is a play that he needs to make. You get 2 boss kills out of this, and if looking for plasma as hard as they have been up to this point, I could run into it, or maybe he'll focus on the powered on wreck ship checks, since Phantom is dead.
I have trouble seeing doing a lot of powered on checks and not doing spooky, at least. But could do like left and right super first, maybe. It's gonna pass up on that E-tank as good with 4 right now. And however many reserves we've got at this point.
It's a sign of their comfort level for a Mother Brain fight with this equipment set. And Sapphron, long last, is going to see the Varia suit. We'll feel pretty bad about that one.
Yeah, I think he is like 25 minutes behind to it. It was basically like, yeah, split seconds kind of coin flip decision on whether you want to do a quick check down here or not. And it's pretty understandable not to do this too, because going down the elevator, like the elevator trips are fairly long too. You've got 1 item in Upper Norfair, you have no idea where it is, which side of the map it is. Your health at the start of the scene wasn't great for going from one side to the other, so... Actually, I think, though, they had Speed Booster. Which is not
They could have
too bad.
done it all. More of a, if it was worth your time to make all these checks for 1 item alone. When they had West Meridia on the table.
And if you're wrong in other places, you can get E-tanks instead to make it faster. So we're gonna have a microwaved Dragon over here. Wreck ship boss, and then going to be Ridley at Kraid for Diddy.
They'll be out the front entrance of wreck ship. We have Diddy full go mode. Doesn't want to pick up anything else. But Sapphron still needs a couple more ammo packs. It's not going to be running into charge beam. So they're both going to run to Kraid's lair. Like, on the same path towards that check. But then Sapphron has East Meridia boss down. Diddy has Lower Norfair boss down. And Lower Norfair is where Torian connects to. So Sapphron gonna get that boss kill on their way to Torian. Diddy has to side trip a little bit.
Oh, yeah, where's Kraid? He has to go to East Meridia. Yeah, honestly, I had just a lot of trouble seeing Sapphron coming back from this. It's actually not over.
It just felt like it took Diddy a long time to get a second boss kill. Similar out of
He didn't rush right for it. He spent a lot of time in Criteria looking for the extra beam, or whatever in particular he was looking for. Might be enough to cost him, actually. Like, that was a pretty significant amount of time that he spent not really accomplishing much. Got a couple more supers, but like now that Plasma showed up, they aren't actually going to help him all that much. We've got simultaneous early fights. I think Saffron's executing was a little better. Came in a bit later.
I have a pretty similar kill. Sapphron does still have to pick up more ammo packs, so gonna be losing a little bit of time here, there, and everywhere, looking for a bit more ammo. So we'll just have to see how it really plays out by the time they both end up back in Lone Warfare.
Yeah, the detour for the Lone Warfare boss isn't super fast either. He's some really good bosses. It's not super fast, but it's definitely quicker, let's say. At least, like, in the region. I'm trying to remember where Aqueduct was. I think I'm having Seed Blade with the other race, because I want to say it's attached to the Norfair elevator, and I don't think it is.
I think it's on Criteria Crabs. But where it is and how it routes towards Lone Warfare is going to be very important for how long it takes to go there and clear out that boss. It's just part of full area randomizer. You're going to shuffle up the map. So we don't know where things are. At this point, maybe the runners put together the entire map on their handy little trackers. But then, unlike in vanilla map, you might not know the best route to take to get to a particular point, and that's going to cost some thinking time.
Yeah, a lot of randomizer play for me is taking bits and pieces of timings that I happen to know from the vanilla speedrun. Like, if you've done different categories, you have experience, you know which routes are taken in which categories and why they're faster and by how much. So a lot of that gets used in rando. Area shuffle really throws a wrench into that, and you have to either make guesses or have done a lot of very specific timing yourself.
Like, there's so many parts that feel like it's going to be faster, but then you forget about an inconsequential room that's on the way, and that just adds a bunch more seconds.
Yeah. It's hard to tell when you're playing, but oftentimes it's actually very easy to tell the result when you're looking at it side by side in a race. It's often pretty surprising.
So top of Red Tower went to the back of East Meridian, and Dragon's already dead, so gonna take the path through Cack Alley to get to the Dragon boss location. Not nearly as costly as if it was vanilla Dragon.
Yeah, this is fine. This is terrible if Dragon isn't dead, though. We can't use the Cack back alley door. And like basically, Strangle's not dead, and you come in the back. You have to route it all the way to the front of Aqueduct, and then go from there.
That super pack brings Sapphron really close.
Yeah.
Still has all of Lower Norfair to go through, and the checks going through the like fire fleas and beyond is pretty good concentration of irons.
It might not feel like a good concentration of miners once he gets to Lower Norfair and sees the 4. Well, I suppose he's already seen it since he's done the Ridley fight. But yeah, that would actually... I mean, I'd be worried about miners, but I'd also be thinking that I could run into charge.
So Sapphron has seen Spazer. Has 4 more after that. All Lower Norfair. So he knows that Charge is in Lower Norfair.
Wave is in Lower Norfair too?
Should be right. 1 to 4. I don't remember where exactly it is. At Firefleas. Thanks, Gesture.
I've never had Seed Bleed this bad just from having watched races. It's usually just when I play them. The other race that happened earlier was so interesting. I think that's why. That one has some very interesting super locations.
Just get seeds like that in this tournament, and it's always memorable. No, I just find that I'm bad at following these maps in full area. Mostly relying on the runners to know what they're doing and pick the optimal route, and then just agree with it.
Smile and nod. So Sapphron is predictably, at this point, ahead into Lower Norfair.
Doesn't seem far enough ahead.
Yeah. Gonna have to see. Diddy's got full beam combo. Sapphron having to supplement a Mother Brain fight with missiles. It's gonna have a slower fight.
Not that much slower, but a little bit. But the difference between full beam and missiles and supers isn't that big.
Yeah, some of these races have come down to really minor things for really changes, though. Most of the time, your time saves like that won't be as significant as like how well your macro routing was, but there are times when it actually ends up deciding things.
It is certainly going to be like a small thing that's going to be added with other small things, like how many checks he decides to make on the way out of here. But skipping PP is a shame. I guess Saffron's done making checks entirely.
235 effective missiles. Yeah, doesn't really want to find charge at this point, or any of the beams. Charge would just be charge ice plasma, and wouldn't be faster than firing missiles.
And that's Diddy taking the lead, jumping right over the T-Hunter Steers drop. About to head straight to Torian. All bosses down.
Yeah, Sapphron looks decently far ahead physically, but this boss detour is really one of the longer ones.
They both had to detour pretty out of the way for a boss. It's just Diddy was in and out of East Meridia before Sapphron made it to Lorne Orphere. So now we get to watch Diddy's Metroid rooms and get full refill on this elevator because we're playing Area Randomizer.
Yeah, that's kind of a courtesy in case the last thing the seat expects you to do is do something like acid dive to Turian in front of Lord Orphere. Taking these rooms nice and steady.
Seems like the smaller time differences aren't really gonna play a part here. It really came down the macro routing.
This is surprisingly close for how late Sapphron was to Varia. Like, just got Varia 18 minutes after Diddy was in full go mode.
Yeah, and Diddy used that Varia, went straight to Lorne Orphere, and got a charge beam there, which was essentially true go mode. So having Varia early paid off immediately.
Yeah, even if you wanted to check more stuff, it was a completable game state for sure if you chose to check absolutely nothing. It doesn't get baby skip. I think he bonked one of the ceiling dust creatures and couldn't dodge with the way the baby's arc was at that point.
Let's give Sapphron a chance to save a little bit of time. We have a bit of a harder time with Baby Skip not having Weight Beam.
I'll point out he's got Ice Plasma, which, for whatever reason, is the only beam combo that fires at a different rate. 12 frames of cooldown instead of 15. They all have separate entries in the table, but they're just all 15 frames except for that particular one.
Strange, neat piece of trivia.
It's pretty handy for ROM hackers that they do have all their separate values, so you don't have to mess around just changing the code to change the cooldowns. And it's
Definitely
kind of
seen that ROM hacks like changing the cooldowns of the various beam combinations. It's part of a balancing factor.
nice, easy full beam combo, KPDR, hundo, whatever style thing here. Oh, Sapphron is short. 2 supers. I mean, he's fine, but I think he wasn't really
thought
keeping
about
track.
resetting the room, but already killed the Metroids, so they weren't going to respawn. Going to the elevator.
It looks like he was trying to farm the Rinkos for drops. Though I think he should know that doesn't work. It's probably not actually what he was doing, but it just looked like it. So down 2 supers here. Making use of the faster fire rate of the beam to get the debris out.
Is there it? Power of ice plasma.
I legitimately feel like the rate of fire of the beam makes a big difference when you've got the plasma hitbox. It's not too big a deal with like Spacer or even Peace Shooter. I don't like doing beams that will just plasma by itself.
I feel like you're timing your shots to how you're jumping, and it's like a set number of shots either way.
Oh, Saffron's got ice plasma, so he's gotta do this a bit differently if he wants to do the Zevitate skip. He's gotta either crouch. He doesn't have the option to charge his shot. I don't think he knows what to do for this if you've got plasma. Plasma makes your shot thinner. I think the hitbox at the end of the beam is in a different spot.
He's been walked by the look of it. So jumping into the wall and then turning around to align perfectly with the wall while not having the wall.
Yeah, Diddy is just going into the escape. Sapphron unfortunately losing more time to this. This is a rough thing to see people have an issue with. Okay, he's just gonna turn off plasma. Yeah, there's a few different solutions for this, and it kind of hurts to see Erler lose a close race at the end to like just a little knowledge thing like that. So in that sense, it was good that it wasn't as close. Still really good of him to make up all this ground with how far behind his routing put him. End up giving us a good race.
But we're going to see this one go to Diddy. It just has to clear this last room. End up with a 5-2 score after this. And move on to the play-in race. Taking a win here on the stream. First place to Diddy. Time of 102.50. GG's.
GG. Yeah, Diddy's previous round is knocking out Telemorph as well, and I think from what I remember from that interview, he didn't feel favored in that matchup. I don't think he felt favored in this one either, so kind of a relief to tough it out the last 2 weeks and still survive.
You can still get your wins by playing the randomizer part of the race really well. Played the seed excellently and comes out with the win.
Yeah, there's some of these area seeds where it's hard to say that the person who lost necessarily did anything wrong.
Even in this seed, we saw both of them make perfectly reasonable routes, and then both of them ran to dead ends, and to turn around and come back later. It's the big thing in area that's going to bite you from time to time.
And we've got Diddy joining us. GG, congratulations for making it to the play-in race.
Thank you.
That was a pretty crazy route, just finding all the majors that you needed right away. Just Varia, Upper North here, Charge Beam right away in Lower North here.
Yes, that GT paid off big time.
How did you feel coming into this matchup about your chances?
I felt they were pretty tied, but I think Sapphron is better than me in routing wise, and I knew I had to make some bold plays in order to have the upper hand. Winnable, but hard.
Yeah, you had a really close race last week too, against Telemorph.
Yeah. Yeah, and when I saw that seed was a pretty jet, I felt pretty behind because Varia and Gravity were really easy to find, and that's why I went and checked the one offer so early, because I knew execution-wise I would be behind, so I had pretty much to find something big, and pretty much had to be charged because we had space jump, we had screw, we had jump boots. I don't remember where jump boots. Oh yeah, the one in Brinstar. So I had to find a charge or something like that to and hope Sapphron didn't find it and went on a ammo hunt.
Yeah, he was really late to Varia too, because he just didn't go down the elevator on the first trip to Upper North here. Went to look for West Meridian instead. But Sapphron finishing up with a time of 106.20. GG's to Sapphron. Yeah, kind of a tough way to go out. He caught up a lot though. He was very far behind, I would say.
Yeah, once you are in I think we both had the movement items, so full beam combo and full supers is pretty even movement wise, I think. And I already said that I think I'm worse than him. I think he is better than me movement wise, so he had to be caught up a bit at the end.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest time losses for him was that he went to wreck ship and followed it all the way to Kraid's lair without Varia. He couldn't kill Ridley, so he had to go all the way out and then all the way back in again later.
Oh, that sucks.
He single tripped Lower North here though, so he got some time back there because you found Turian there, and then you had to leave and come back at the end for it. It was a pretty interesting watch at the end.
Well, looks like we had a wide divergence with the route we took.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to come and interview or not. Are there any other thoughts that you had?
Yeah, you pretty much summed it up. So yeah, I thought that that the Turian being at the back of the One Affair was pretty bad routing wise, but I had charge, so it compensated a bit. And yeah, both Cred and Turian were dead ends on to transition. So because I mean on Rec Chip and the One Affair, so kind of similar situation. So I think okay. No, I really have nothing much to say.
Okay. Well, good luck in the play-in race. That is going to be. I think it's going to be next Saturday at some time. I'm not sure. But yeah. Anyways, good luck. Other matches going on today. I think the race on SpeedGaming 4 might still be going on. That should be a 1 in 5 match.
Yeah,
We've
Skarsnik,
got
yes, it's Crazed Gamer.
we've got Sentient Flatbread versus Traffic Talks on SpeedGaming at 7 p.m. Eastern. I've got Lomi and Jones versus 64-bit Link. 8:40 on SG5. Krokemeyer versus King of the Hill on SG2 at 11. So a few more races tonight. Lots of stuff tomorrow as well as we close out week 7. So that's going to be it for me, Aussie.
Sure thing. One thing we maybe didn't mention is this sub 110 time is excellent from both runners with these settings. So both of them doing a great job. So thanks to the runners for putting on this race. Thanks for Jestro here for handling the tracking. Thanks to Azur helping with the commentary. And all of SpeedGaming for putting together these restreams for the tournament. Being a lot of great content for all these lovely viewers to watch and enjoy. Tune in later today and the rest of the week for more Super Metroid Randomizer tournament action. But this is all for right now. So see you all later.